Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you are watching this video. On matter arising, the presidential speech yesterday by Bola Ahmed Tinubu marking the Democracy Day celebration in Nigeria take home from the speech. But before I go into the speech, don't forget that the people's mandate, the case resumed today in the appeal court. The presidential petition tribunal resumed sitting today or hearing today at Abuja, and His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is rightfully seated in court alongside party leaders and some well-wishers. And before I go further, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe, please. And do well to also share this video for others to have knowledge of what you are enjoying. Now, back to what Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, as most people will have it said. This is what he said. In his speech, he talks about the fuel subsidy, which I'm going to be talking on seriously this morning. He talks about him feeling the pain that Nigerians are going through. Number one, he said he felt the pain that Nigerians are going through, and he is begging on Nigerians to please exercise a little more patience and sacrifice for we to enjoy this later. He went ahead to talk about MK Abiola, who say farewell to poverty because he was convinced that there is nothing divine about poverty, that it is a man-made problem that can be eliminated with clear, thorough social and economic policy. Now, excuse me, Mr. President, you are telling us about poverty, you are telling us about social economic policy. For the last 8 years, Mr. President has been the national leader of APC, but he could not advise his party, to bring forward policies that will cushion the effect of poverty. In moving into winning the election in 2015, after PDP reign of 16 years came to an end, APC promised heaven and earth to Nigerians. But guess what happened? From then, Nigeria moved from fast developing economy to the headquarters of poverty in the whole wide world. And now Mr. President is telling us, after he added more into the poverty string by removing the fuel subsidy. Anyway, removal of the fuel subsidy is a welcome development, but how do you remove it matters a lot. There is a way you do something that if you are trying to build something, there is a way you go about building your house that it will last. There is another way of building a house that it will not last, but it will collapse. And this is what Mr. President did during his inaugural speech on the 29th of May 2023. Him removing the fuel subsidy is a good one, but not having knowledge enough to know that the subsidy that he is removing, he is supposed to know how much Nigeria was subsidizing. According to the MD of NNPC, in 2021 and even March this year, he said that they were paying subsidy around 200 naira per liter. So if you remove 200 naira per liter from the subsidy that they were paying, and now that you have removed the subsidy, and as of the time you were paying subsidy of 200 naira per liter, Nigeria were buying at the pump price at 185 per liter. If you add that to 200 naira per liter, that should be around 385 naira per liter. Or is there something that we don't do? So therefore, him removing the fuel subsidy and ignoring the fact that he was supposed to pass a message to the oil marketers and to Nigerians and to those in the oil industry to make sure that no one capitalize on this fuel subsidy issue removal and exploit Nigerians. Then he should have done that by telling everyone that this is the official price going forward, not saying that fuel subsidy is gone. And then from there, we now begin to have this current price of 540, 537 naira, as the case may be, depending on where you are buying from. This is very bad, very, very bad, very, very bad. And he's claiming that he is feeling the pain that Nigerians are passing through, speaking that he is going to do more by using the money to build infrastructural development and the others. Let me remind you a little bit during the Jonathan administration. But before I do that, let me bring to you what he actually said in one of the paragraphs. He said, "I admit that the decision will impose extra burden on the masses of our people. I feel your pain. This is one decision we must bear to save our country from going down and take our resources away from the straight load of a few unpatriotic elements." Now back to Jonathan administration. Who are the unpatriotic elements? You could remember that Jonathan wanted to remove this first subsidy, but they went protesting, scattering everywhere, that if they want to remove first subsidy, blah 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 blah. Now you are talking about unpatriotic element. Were you not part of those that said they shouldn't remove subsidy? Were you not part of those that said first subsidy is a scam? Now you are now saying that some people are unpatriotic. Nigerians, it is better for you to have an understanding of how this thing works. Of how this thing works. Fuel subsidy or no fuel subsidy remover, the politicians are the one making more money. The politicians are the one, getting more money. They will only use emotional blackmail. They will only use you and dump you and move on. Which one is unpatriotic element? Who are the unpatriotic element? Are they not the same people in your government? Are they not the same people in your cabal? Are they not the same people you appoint into office? I don't know the one that are making gain. You went ahead to say that the whole people that are benefiting from this are not the masses. It is not me and you. It is some few individuals. Who are those individuals that are benefiting? If it is not those of you that owns shells, oil wells, and the rest in this country, and he is part of those people that owns all those things. Anyway, let me not dive into the allegation that he is the owner of Mobi and the rest. I wouldn't want to drag him into that conversation or bring that conversation to this video right now. But however, for those of you who don't know, I'll be dropping a video on fuel subsidy removal and this scam, that this APC government, what they have done within the last 8 years and what Buhari did, and Tinubu is following suit. Stay tuned with me, and in my next video I will be giving you vivid analysis of how this subsidy, how this subsidy has been used, to enrich some individuals who are now in power. I will now show you how the MD that has been fired, all that he has reviewed in 2021, 2022, and even March 2023, and show you how the current pump price now is not even the actual pump price. Now, I have been to some of the filling station. I saw some of the parts is showing 380, while the other side is showing 537 or 540. You know the meaning of that? The one showing 380 is actually the amount you are supposed to be paying now. But they are doing this thing now so that from now till maybe sometime next month, they now said they have reduced the price down. Then you would think that they actually, the removal of forced subsidy, there's competition in the market now, so the prices is now crashing. They will deceive you. That's not the truth. They are only exploiting everyone right now. Later, the price, they will not take you to the normal price. If you are just watching this video or you are just coming into our channel, please do well to subscribe, share this video for people to have this knowledge that APC is a scam. But we pray, all we want is a better Nigeria. Removal of first subsidy is good, but how he removed it was the wrong thing. The fuel price right now is not the realistic fuel price that's supposed to be. Anyway, thanks for watching.